Okay, so one of the statements that publishers make lately is that one of the reasons why they want to introduce more diversity in the comics is so that other groups, other races, other genders, other sexualities, etc., feel like they are represented in the comics. And okay, I get, there's been enough people who have commented on these videos and other statements I made to suggest that that's not a crazy idea. It's not like that people do enjoy it. There's a lot of people, Brazilians, people in South America, who are very excited about the new Wonder Woman. So cool. Okay, you have to connect that to sales, but okay. Step one. Okay, but what if the character sucks? Um, I I know I'm going to make some people angry with putting this out, but is it any good to create a new diverse character to represent somebody and then do a super half-assed job of creating that character, maybe have them in one or two comics and then they vanish off the face of the earth? Is it better to try and have that result or just not try in the first place? Hey everybody, this is Birch. The one thing I hate about the videos sometimes is it's one way. I'm talking, and then there's not an opportunity for back. And this is a topic I would love to do a live stream with somebody who feels passionate about it, or just I'll do what people say. I will sit and listen. I will listen. But this is always kind of the conflict that I come to is we say the publishers like we need to create new diverse characters so that people who are typically not represented in comics are represented. And number one, I think at times people make too big a deal out of it. I don't think it's I don't I don't think that's what's keeping comics from selling a million issues. I think that plenty of people, whatever your ethnicity or gender or whatever it happens to be, I think there's lots of people who love Batman. And Batman is great. And it doesn't really matter that Batman is, rich white guy Bruce Wayne. They're just happy. They're happy it's Batman. I mean, it's Batman. It's great. I think that but on the other hand, I'm not denying it. If you create a cool new kind of Latin American superhero, then you may have a role model, icon, whatever it happens to be, to people in Latin America. It feels like, and now granted, it's way too early to be making this comment, but the new Wonder Woman character is getting a lot of people excited in Latin America about this character. And so cool. Now, will they buy the comic? That's a question that has to be determined. And I think getting people excited does not equal sales. I think those are two separate things, and you need both. But I'm not going to deny that you should always just keep everybody white and they'll figure it out. No, I'm not saying that at all. But what I am asking, and I'm asking this legitimately. This isn't like a troll video or some sneaky, passive aggressive, whatever bullshit people want to say. It's a legitimate question. It's like, and so I'll give the example. So Marvel is introducing a new Valkyrie, and it's an African American. Well, it's not African American. She's black. She's probably not African American because she's from Valkyrie land. So, but she's not American. But anyway, so a new black character who is a new Valkyrie, and Marvel's kind of some of the announcements on this is it's great to see more diversity. It's great to see we're looking forward to introducing a powerful new hero that people can see themselves in, can be represented by. Okay, so this new character is showing up in a one shot in the King in Black Valkyrie kind of tie-in issue. I can say with a reasonable amount of certainty that comic is not going to sell more than 20,000 copies, probably in the teens. And I say that from this standpoint. I'm just saying that from looking at War of the Realms and Secret Empire and the various other things. And there's one shots. That's typically what they do. There's not a world famous writer or artist on this comic. It's pretty unknown creative team. And that's history indicates it'll be about that. And then history also indicates with Marvel and DC and others that when they introduce these characters, these new diverse characters, they seem to lose interest really fast. They put out like a one shot and then nothing. There was a drag queen character that was created in Iceman, and Sina Grace created this character, and it was meant to be representative, and it was a big deal to Sina Grace. But this character, kind of then vanished. I mean, it's like the character never went anywhere. And so my question is, does that do any, quote unquote good? If you are wanting to create characters to represent someone or represent an ethnicity or represent a marginalized group or whatever it happens to be, and then you put out like one issue or two issues, and then you promptly don't do anything else or you forget about it, and the character just vanishes. What message is that sending? Do you know what I mean? I don't know that you're accomplishing anything. I don't think that just like there's not an award to say we did it. We got the one comic book out. And when you see the sales, it clearly shows that these comics are not like, it's not like every black person is buying the comic to support black people in comics. Like and if you're hoping for children to kind of show them a hero that looks like them on the page, I mean, you can go, okay, we got Miles Morales there, and that's cool. There's some kids who see, like, I can be Spider-Man too. All right, great. Miles Morales, success. That comic has been around for a long time. It's stuck. It's had some sales. But, like, this new female Valkyrie character, like, where is that one going to go? Is she going to join the Avengers? What's the plan? And so I'm saying this poorly. My point is, it's not that you shouldn't do this. It's not that you should say, well, okay, if it's not going to sell 100,000 copies, don't bother. But I guess what I'm saying is, if you're going to roll out a new character and you're going to roll out some fanfare about how this is really important to a marginalized community and it's going to be great for the kids, but your plans are like a one shot and then nothing else. What are you accomplishing? Legitimately, what are you actually doing? Because I don't know that the kids will care if they're in one issue that sells like 12,000 copies and then is never seen from again, or pops up like once every 2 years when somebody's like, oh yeah, we got that character laying around, and then you like roll them in the background. Like I just don't think that's accomplishing any kind of inspirational goal for anyone. I'm not sure who's winning in that scenario. You're putting out a comic, you're introducing a new character. You're not putting any real marketing or behind it. I mean, or is the plan that you're going to roll this out, and then if for some crazy, strange, magical reason the comic sells 90,000 copies and you've got this sleeper hit on your hands, then you just ride it into the ground? Is that the goal? Like, you look at Miss Marvel, and Marvel clearly had a plan where they're like, we want this character to stick, so they make Miss Marvel, they put the creative team on it, they leave them alone for a period of time, they sell some trades, and it all kind of works out in a sense that title kind of gets off the ground, and she's an established character now, and if you're a young Muslim girl, then you've got a superhero, and cool. But that is the exception, not the rule. The majority of these characters, particularly with Marvel, that get announced as, we want to create this new representative character, goes nowhere. And then, has anybody gone around to like ask the focus group or the audience to go, hey, how do you feel? Are you glad that we did that? We put it out. Yeah, we only got one issue out there, but how about that one issue, right? I mean, that's equality right there. You're feeling empowered now? Is it good? Like, who's this working for? That's my question. Who is this really benefiting in this sense? I don't know. Again, please understand me correctly. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm not saying that the whole idea is ludicrous, that people can't see themselves in characters. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, what is exactly your goal? Because here's how it seems. To me, it seems like your goal is a press release. A press release where you come across as sounding really progressive and cool, and like you are touched into pop culture, man. You are creating these characters. You're sticking it to the white man because you're getting some of these other characters out there. Good for you. You got a nice press release. Maybe the Atlantic will pick it up, or somebody like that. And then somebody will come and they'll, like, everybody on the bus will stand up and clap because you introduced this character. But don't don't you think life should be more than that? Like, if this is really an important thing, don't you think you should try and do more? Like, I will say, Greg Pak put together a bunch of kind of Asian characters for Marvel and has been working on that line, and he seems committed to it. He seems, and there's other creators too, not just Greg Pak, but he seems committed to actually, not making those a one and done character. Now, I don't know if they'll be successful because Marvel tends to lose interest on things like, like a ADD 4-year old. But here's hoping. I hope it's successful for him, for his sake. He's put a lot of work into it. But most of the time, it feels like these things just go nowhere. And then I feel like, you don't deserve the clapping on the bus because you didn't really accomplish anything. Uh, I don't know. What do you think? I'll hand it over to you. What do you think? So in the comments below, um, I'm really interested in the perspective of somebody who thinks this is a good idea, meaning introducing, new diverse characters, and can either confirm what I'm saying, that yeah, it's a good idea, but they're blowing it, they're not accomplishing their goal, or explain to me why it's still a good thing even if you only get one issue out of it. Why, like, who's benefiting from that? That's what I'm here to listen. I'll shut up now and I'll listen. So like, subscribe, leave comments below. I'm going to get to listening, but for now, thank you for listening, and yeah, we'll figure this out.